Introduction. Before the internet, traffic was something that you dreaded every morning on your commute to work. Today, internet marketing has brought forth opportunities for many people to eliminate that dreadful commute altogether. And traffic is now something that people want lots and lots of, at least when it is coming to their websites. The internet has brought forth many changes, and the web itself is in a constantly changing state. Once a medium that consisted mostly of text and sparse graphics, the internet has become a multimedia playground full of sights, sounds, and interactivity. New ways to interact with people across town or across the planet are coming about all the time. In order to be successful webmasters, we must not only be aware of these changes, but also use them to our advantage. Getting lots of high-quality traffic is essential to any website's success. Traffic generation must be an ongoing effort if it is to produce consistent results. In this report, we will examine some ways to get new visitors and keep them coming back, and what to do with your traffic when you get it. Getting your site ready for traffic. The first thing we must do, before we even start trying to get visitors to our websites, is make sure that our website is ready for them. No matter how much effort you put forth or how much money you spend to get traffic coming in, if your visitors do not find what they're looking for, it's all for naught. But if you give your visitors what they want, they'll stick around and come back for more. If there is one thing that your site needs plenty of, it's content. Content gives your visitors the information they need, and it gives the search engines what they need to index your site. It doesn't matter if you're running a blog, a video website, an e-commerce store, or a free music downloads site. Content is truly king, and your site needs lots of it. That's not to say that audio and video are a waste of time. They certainly aren't. They can add a great deal of interest to your website. They can illustrate concepts that you just can't get across in writing. They give visitors options when it comes to how they receive the information they are seeking. And they provide incentive for other webmasters to link to you. Adding audio and video to your website, if done properly, can be a major asset. Something that novice webmasters often overlook is having a clear, easy-to-use navigation structure. This is one of the most important factors in usability. Once you get visitors to your site, you usually don't want them to stop at the page they come in on. But if your navigation is a mystery, that's exactly what might happen. Making your link titles easy to understand and making sure that it's clear that they are in fact links makes a big difference. It's a good idea to have your website critiqued before you start driving traffic to it. Even if you just get the opinion of a brutally honest friend, it's smart to get a view of your site through someone else's eyes. The reviewer should pay special attention to the aforementioned navigation structure, the site's readability, and its layout. It's also wise to check your site in different browsers at different resolutions to make sure that it always looks like it should. Once you've got your site looking good, full of useful information, and easy for visitors to navigate, you can confidently move on to generating traffic. You won't have to worry about your perfect prospect finding his way to your site, only to turn right around and leave without even looking around. Search engine optimization. Search engine optimization (SEO) is the first step to getting traffic to your website. It will take some time for it to start bringing visitors in, but it is crucial to implement SEO early. The sooner you get your site optimized, the sooner it will start showing up in the search results. The first step in search engine optimization is determining what keywords you want to target. This may sound simple at first, but it actually requires some careful research. If your keywords are too broad or targeted by lots of other websites, it will be difficult to get good search rankings with them. Targeting niche keywords will bring better results. There are free online tools that you can use in your keyword research. One such tool is Overture's Keyword Research Tool. You simply input a general keyword, and it returns the number of times that keyword has been searched for in the past month. It also gives you the results for related keywords. You can use this to make a list of keywords that are both popular and relevant. Once you've made your list, you'll need to find out how many other sites are ranking for those keywords. A quick Google search will give you that information. Just look for the total number of results in the upper right corner of the page. The best keywords are frequently searched for but have fewer results. It's fine to target several related keywords, but each one needs to have its own unique page if possible. This will make it easier to achieve high rankings, and it will create more pages to be indexed. Both are good for your search engine performance. Now that you've decided on keywords, it's time to get down to business and get them on your pages. Here are the places that keywords should be used. Content. All of that content you wrote can be a major asset to your search engine rankings, but only if it is properly optimized with your targeted keywords. They should be used in a natural manner, and their density should be between 3 and 5%. It's also important to use your keywords in headings throughout your content as much as possible. Title tags. Including your keywords in the title tags of your pages can have quite an impact on your search engine rankings. The title tag is the piece of code near the beginning of your document's HTML that dictates what will be displayed in the title bar when the page is shown in a browser. It should be fairly brief, contain targeted keywords, and be descriptive of what is on the page. Alt tags. Alt tags are the HTML tags that contain the alternate text to be displayed in place of images if they do not load or if the user's browser does not support them. Including alt tags that include your keywords and describe the image as well can help raise your search engine positioning. Keyword and description tags. Once heavily relied on by the search engines, the keyword and description tags now carry little weight in rankings. Unscrupulous webmasters often stuffed them with keywords that were unrelated to the pages they were on, so most search engines have reduced their importance or stopped using them altogether. There are still some that use them, however, so they should be included. But there is no reason to spend a lot of time on them. Your URLs. Including keywords in your URLs can increase your search engine rankings. If possible, getting a domain name that includes your keywords will ensure that they will appear in the URL of every page on your site. It's also very helpful to include targeted keywords in your individual file names. Separating each word with a hyphen is said to provide the best results. You can do your own search engine optimization, or you can hire a professional to do it. The important thing is that it's done, and that it includes your keywords in a way that search engines will find them and deem your pages relevant for them. Good natural search rankings are worth their weight in gold, so to speak, because they bring you quality traffic at virtually no cost. The only investment you make is your time, or the fee you pay to have your site optimized. Pay-per-click advertising. Pay-per-click advertising is one of the most economical paid traffic options. Most often used to get listings alongside natural search results, pay-per-click programs display your ad and only charge you for the actual click-throughs it gets. Most programs let you set a budget that cannot be exceeded, so you don't end up with advertising costs that you can't afford. Pay-per-click ad sales are based on a bidding system. You determine the highest amount you'll pay for a click, and the provider bids on your behalf to determine where you end up in the rankings. If you want high rankings, you'll have to bid higher than your competitors. You can also choose to have your pay-per-click ads displayed on websites. Some search engines, including Google and Yahoo, offer this option. There are also some other companies such as Bidvertiser that specialize in placing pay-per-click ads on websites. The best programs offer some control over where your ads are displayed, but most strive to display them on sites that are relevant to your market. Pay-per-click programs offer great flexibility. You can tweak your campaigns and change your bids and budget as often as you like. Few paid advertising options offer such capabilities. Natural search has a bit of an advantage over pay-per-click in that it's free, but it usually takes a long time for your site to get indexed and move up in the rankings. With pay-per-click, you can have your site in the search results immediately. While pay-per-click shouldn't replace natural search, it can complement it greatly. Pay-per-lead programs. Pay-per-lead is similar to an affiliate program, with one notable exception: your affiliates do not have to sell anything to get paid. So how can this type of program benefit you? It can help you get qualified mailing list subscribers or other types of leads. Pay-per-lead programs, also known as CPA cost per action programs, can pay out for any specified action. Businesses may offer commissions to affiliates who get people to request a free insurance quote, for example. In order to qualify the affiliate for a commission, the leads usually must supply a valid email address or other contact information. This accomplishes two things: it gets traffic to your website, and it gives your contact information to use in follow-up. In order for a CPA program to be profitable, we must figure out how many leads we need to make a sale. Then we must set our price per lead at a level that will allow us to get that many leads and still come out ahead. For this reason, CPA programs are best suited to websites that are fairly well established and monetized. Blogging. Blogs are a pastime for many casual internet users. They provide an outlet for everyday people to make their feelings known about issues, express their creativity, and possibly make some extra cash. But blogging can also provide a substantial amount of traffic for online businesses. Blogs have become wildly popular in a fairly short time, so it's no wonder that those who want traffic often start them. Here are some of the reasons that readers love blogs so much. Blogs provide a great deal of flexibility for readers. They can read on-site as they do with a traditional website, or they can subscribe to a blog's feed to get automatic updates. Frequently updated content is the norm with blogs. This makes them more interesting for the reader, and more likely to generate repeat traffic for the blogger. Blogs are less impersonal than your average website. Posts are usually written in a somewhat less formal manner than most web copy. This doesn't take away from a business's professional image. It simply shows readers that there is a human face behind it all. Interacting with bloggers is easy. Readers can comment on posts, sharing their thoughts about the subject and asking questions. Commenters can remain anonymous if they wish, as long as the blogger allows it. Starting a blog is easy. Some of the most popular blogging platforms are available for free, and some web hosts even provide automated installation. Once your software is set up and you've got your blog's template in place, posting is a cinch even if you don't know HTML. Blogs can generate traffic with minimal effort. You can set them up to ping blog search engines automatically each time you post, allowing searchers to find your latest posts easily. Regular search engines usually index them regularly due to their frequently updated content, and fellow bloggers are often willing to exchange links. Adding a blog to your website has the potential to greatly improve your traffic at low or no cost. Building backlinks from other websites. Getting other sites to link to yours is very important when you're trying to generate traffic. This serves two purposes. It gets your link in front of the eyes of visitors of other relevant websites, and it can raise your search engine rankings. One way to get links to your site is through link exchanges. This involves simply finding other webmasters who want to gain links to their sites, and placing a link to them on your site in exchange for the same. Search engines do not give as much weight to these reciprocal links as they do one-way links, but they do help somewhat as long as they are relevant. At the very least, they can get your site crawled more often. The best links are those that fellow webmasters put on their sites on their own free will. These are usually highly relevant, because webmasters are really interested in linking to things that their visitors won't find useful. You can't really control these kinds of links, but you can encourage them. You can place link-worthy content on your site, and you can offer cut and paste links for other webmasters to use. There are also some other ways that you can get links into your site. The next few sections will cover those. Forums and social networking sites. Web 2.0 has brought forth lots of new and exciting ways for people to connect with one another. Many of these new applications can also be useful for generating traffic. Two that work particularly well are forums and social networking sites. Forums, also known as message boards or bulletin boards, provide a way for people with similar interests to communicate with one another. They are similar to online chat, but they do not update in real time and their content remains posted so that it may be viewed at any time. This provides a great opportunity for online marketers to gain links back to their sites. You can't, however, just pop onto a forum unannounced and start advertising your business. If you don't participate in discussions, other members tend to either ignore you or not take you seriously. You might even get banned. So it is important to join forums that are relevant and interest you, and to refrain from blatantly advertising. Most forums allow members to place links in their signatures, and this is tolerated by fellow members. Your signature is shown every time you post a message, so the more you participate, the more your link will be seen. You can simply contribute to the discussions, share some expertise on your site's subject, and let people visit your site when they are ready. Social networking sites usually have several features that can be of benefit to online marketers. Many of them feature forums, but they also have personal pages for each member. You can customize these pages as you wish, and you can use them to promote your website. You can include links, RSS feeds, and more. These social aspects of the web have facilitated the building of trust between people who have never met face to face. If you strive to gain the trust of other users, forums and social networking sites can be great sources of traffic for you. Social bookmarking. Social bookmarking websites are another product of Web 2.0. Features vary by individual site, but all are great tools for promoting and getting links to a website. Links on these types of sites can result in a surge in traffic if they become popular. A popular model for social bookmarking sites is that used by Dig. Users submit links to pages they find interesting or useful, and other users can vote for the ones they like. The more votes a submission gets and the more quickly it gets them, the more prominently it is featured. Links that make it to the front page of the site are seen by the most users, and they are more likely to receive a large amount of traffic while they are there. StumbleUpon is another such site that has achieved great popularity. Users download a browser toolbar that they can use to vote on sites they visit. There is also a Stumble button that takes them to a submitted page that the service has determined should fit with their tastes according to past choices. The more positive votes a page gets, the more traffic it can receive. When submitting links to these sites, getting some friends or colleagues to vote your submission up will increase its chances of success. There are groups you can join that exchange Dig and Stumble requests, or you can simply email people in your address book who might be interested in your submission. If you do this very frequently, you could, however, run into trouble, so use this technique sparingly. The key to success with these sites is submitting the right kind of material. Dig, for example, is primarily designed for news stories or timely blog posts, so if the link you want to promote doesn't fit into those categories, you might want to try elsewhere. It's also important not to submit and vote for only items from your site, because if you do, users will perceive you as a spammer. You could also be banned from the site. Article distribution. If you've searched for ways to add content to your site without having to write it yourself or pay someone else to write it, you've probably run across some article directories. You might have even taken advantage of the free articles. And you might have wondered why someone would write articles to give away. The answer is quite simple: to get traffic to their website. Article marketing is a win-win situation. Of course, the publisher wins, because he gets free content for his website, blog or e-zine. But the writer wins as well. Article directories allow writers to add a resource box to their articles, which can include a short biography, information about their site, or something else that tells a little about the author. But most importantly, it can contain links, including links to the author's website. When someone uses an article that you wrote, that person is required to leave the entire thing, including the resource box, intact. That means that you get a link back to your site. This can help your build page rank. Also, if you write quality articles that are relevant to your site's niche, you could get a substantial amount of click-through traffic. Giving your articles away is a great way to get traffic. It gets one-way links to your website on relevant sites and provides a way for you to establish yourself as an authority in your field. As long as you don't give so much information that readers have no reason to visit your site, article distribution is a good thing. Press releases. There's no doubt that the press release has been around much longer than the internet. Traditionally used in an attempt to get news outlets to publish stories about companies, the press release is now often distributed online. They are still sent to news organizations, but marketers and PR agencies are also beginning to send them to prominent bloggers. There are also news divisions of search engines, and even entire websites, that feature online press releases. Press releases are written in a format similar to that of a standard news story, but with a positive slant toward the featured business or event. They can be published as is, or they can provide the information needed for the recipient to get started writing his own story. Either way, they provide an easy way for marketers to get the word out about their products and services. Online press releases are usually similar to offline ones, but they include links to the individual or business's website. That way they can be used for traffic generation as well as publicity. Press releases can be distributed online independently, or you can distribute them through online submission services. If you want your press release to be available to anyone online, you can submit it to a website such as PR Web. This also has the advantage of giving you a link back to your website for the benefit of the search engines, and it can also result in some traffic. Such sites may also send your release to certain news organizations for consideration. Press releases are far from outdated. They are a great tool for getting publicity for just about anything, including your website. Whether you distribute them online or off, they can give you an increase in traffic. Mailing lists. There is always lots of talk among internet marketers about mailing lists, and for good reason. Mailing lists are wonderful traffic generation tools. They allow marketers to keep in touch with those who have visited their sites and give them incentive to come back. Email lists provide an inexpensive way to communicate with your customers, and they are very low maintenance. Mailings are easily personalized with the right software. You can also easily set up separate lists for various aspects of your business, so it's easy to target readers with different interests. Perhaps the most difficult part of running a mailing list is getting subscribers. This is where many marketers fail, because they don't realize how much work it takes to get a list going strong. It's not brain surgery, but you'll need to put the word out about your list in several ways and maybe offer some incentives to get people to sign up. Here are some ways you can build your list. Use pay-per-click advertising. This can work just as well for list building as it does for getting people to browse your website, and perhaps even better. A good squeeze page will entice visitors to sign up for your list right away, giving you the opportunity to communicate with them on an ongoing basis. In this respect, using pay-per-click for list building may be more economical than using it to get one-time site visitors. Once you have their email address, you get many opportunities to get them back to your site. Do a joint venture with another webmaster who targets the same market as you, but in a different capacity. If you both have mailing lists, you could each promote the others to your own list and through your website. If you find a webmaster with an established site and list who is willing to do this, it could result in a surge of highly targeted subscribers. Offer a freebie to those who sign up. Free reports are a good choice, because they are inexpensive to create and distribute. But you could offer just about anything, as long as you can deliver it and still remain profitable. You can use any of the traffic generation methods in this report to get traffic to your opt-in page. Doing so will give you the opportunity to keep visitors coming back as long as they continue to subscribe. That's the beauty of a mailing list. It has the potential to turn causally interested visitors into repeat visitors. Free reports. Giving away special reports is a great way to get subscribers to your mailing list, and it can also generate traffic to your website. If you include links to relevant pages on your site, you can distribute your report in a variety of ways and still get the benefit of traffic from it. These reports can be about any subject that is of interest to your readers. They do not have to be more than a few pages long. You won't need to go into a lot of detail, because the goal here is to give readers just enough information to get them to come to your site for more. They must, however, contain some useful information in order to evoke interest and build your credibility. Since you are already knowledgeable about your topic, you can probably whip up a good free report in a day's time. If you are not confident enough in your writing skills to do that, you could hire someone else to write it. There are also PLR memberships that offer reports that you can modify in any way you wish, including adding your own links and your name as the author. Reports can be distributed in a number of ways. Here are some ideas to get you started. Ask fellow webmasters to offer the report to their site visitors. This gives them something to give away to attract readers, and it gets your report in circulation so that readers can visit your site as well. Find internet marketers who sell information products relevant to your site's topics, and see if they would be interested in offering your report as a bonus with purchase of one of their products. Ask fellow webmasters to offer your report to those who subscribe to their mailing lists. They may not have the time or inclination to create their own reports, so offering someone else's without having to pay for it might be an attractive option. Give the report away to new subscribers to your mailing list, as mentioned above. This will give them valuable information and an incentive to come back to your site and learn more. Free reports can help you establish yourself as an authority on your topic, and they can be useful in generating traffic and building a mailing list. They do not have to be costly to create, and any money spent is a one-time expense that will likely pay for itself in a short time. How not to generate traffic? It's just as important for a webmaster to know what not to do in his quest for traffic as it is to know what to do. At best, certain traffic generation methods are nothing more than a waste of time. At worst, they could actually be counterproductive. Here are some of the things that are really worth the effort. One of the worst things you can do for your site is employ questionable SEO tactics. This is commonly known as black hat SEO. It involves using tactics that promote keywords that are unrelated to the site's topics or goals, or using tactics that go against the search engine's terms of service. Black hat SEO has become largely ineffective due to the search engine's attempts to thwart it. Some techniques may yield a short-term benefit, but in the long run they can be detrimental. Search engines can penalize or even ban your entire site due to use of unethical search engine optimization tactics. If you are in doubt as to whether a specific technique is acceptable, check each search engine's webmaster guidelines. Link farms are less prevalent than they once were, but they do still exist. These are sites that link to other sites for pay or reciprocal links without regard for their value or relevance. Getting your link placed on such a site can result in a penalty in your search engine positions, and at best it will have no lasting effect. The links on most such sites also rarely result in click-throughs. Traffic exchanges and autoserve programs can boost traffic to your site, but it is not usually targeted traffic. The other members are using it for the same reason you are, to get traffic to their own sites. They are really interested in what anyone else has to offer, and in some programs they do not even have to view the pages to earn credits for traffic to their sites. What good is traffic if it doesn't result in someone who might be interested viewing your site? Spamming is not only an unacceptable traffic generation technique, it can also get you in big trouble. As internet users become savvier, and spam filtering software more sophisticated, spamming has become less effective. Spam laws can also result in fines or possibly imprisonment, so it's just not worth it. Building an opt-in list and providing a clear and easy way to unsubscribe will allow you to promote your website and gain the trust of your readers. It is much more productive to use legitimate, proven traffic generation methods than to spend your precious time on tactics such as these. It's also important to investigate anyone that you pay for traffic to ensure that it doesn't come from such sources. If it does, they will not be the only ones that pay the price. Offline traffic generation. Internet marketers often do the bulk of their traffic generation online. There's nothing wrong with that in most cases, but it is important to remember that traffic can be generated offline as well. This is especially true if you do a lot of your business locally, but it can apply to almost any website. Virtually anywhere you could promote a bricks and mortar business, you can promote your website. Here are some ideas for offline promotion. Advertise on the radio or television, or in print publications. National advertising campaigns are rather expensive, but local or regional ones are often within reach for small businesses. Even an ad in your small local paper can bring some fresh traffic to your website. Place an ad in the yellow pages. Almost everyone has a phone book, so your ad will make it into nearly every home in the distribution area. Sponsor Little League teams. Your web address could be on the uniform of every player, and you might get mentioned in the press when your team does well. Have promotional items made. Pens and t-shirts are two of the most popular promotional items, but there are all sorts of things you can have your logo and URL printed on. Send out direct mail pieces. These can be rather expensive, but they make it possible for you to send your message out to a geographically broader audience than many other offline methods. And if you use postcards, they may also be seen by more than just the end recipient, giving you more exposure for your money. Seek out joint ventures with local businesses that are related to the topic of your website. Maybe they could distribute your promotional materials to their clients in exchange for advertising space or online coupons. Most people do not spend the majority of their time online, so it's wise to do some offline promotion of your website as well. It might bring you visitors that otherwise never would have found your site. Tracking your traffic. As you can see, there are lots of ways that you can get traffic to your website. It's important to figure out what works best for you so that you can concentrate on the most successful traffic generation methods. That's why it is vitally important to track your traffic. Traffic tracking requires good web statistics software. You'll need a program that keeps tabs on where each visitor comes from, what pages they visit on your site, and how long they stay there, as well as any errors incurred. Some web hosting companies offer such software as part of their hosting packages. If yours doesn't, you'll need to find your own. Some stats software comes with a hefty price tag, but there are good programs available for free. The first thing you need to know about your traffic is where it's coming from. Your stats software should let you know about referrals from other websites and traffic from the search engines. But if you're using offline promotional methods, even the most sophisticated statistics software can't track the results of that on its own. You could promote a special landing page in each of your offline promotions to remedy this problem. Once you know where your visitors found your site, you'll need to know what pages they visited and how long they stuck around. All of these factors together tell a story about how well the different aspects of your promotion, and the website itself, are working. By carefully analyzing your stats, you can gain valuable insight into things such as which of your campaigns are getting traffic to your site, which of your campaigns translate into the most revenue, which of your pages generate the most interest, where to look for broken links, which terms visitors are using to find your site in the search engines, how often search engines are crawling your site. With this information, you can adjust your promotional efforts and tweak your pages in an attempt to get better results. But when you do make changes, it is important to give them some time before trying to analyze how effective they were. If you're constantly changing things, it will be difficult to figure out exactly what is and isn't working. Keeping your visitors coming back. Getting new visitors to your site is crucial to its success. But just as important, and perhaps even more so, is getting previous visitors to return. We've touched on some ways to do that with the various traffic generation methods, but there is more you can do as well. Here are some ideas. Keep fresh content on your website. If you are blogging, you've got a head start on this, but you also need to keep the main part of your site updated if you are looking to attract repeat visitors. New articles, featured products, and links to relevant news items are some ways you can accomplish this. Offer an RSS feed of site updates and new products. This works especially well if you only offer a partial feed, because readers will have to come to your site if they want the full story. Have giveaways that require visits to your site for entry or prize claim. If you offer prizes that are extremely relevant to your site's topic, this can be a great source of repeat traffic. It can also bring in new visitors through referrals. Set up a forum or chat room. Getting a community going can bring you lots of repeat visitors, and they tend to come back very frequently. Depending on what kind of site you're running, offer something that your visitors just can't resist. It could be a free online game, polls, brain teasers, or anything that encourages interaction. Is your traffic targeted enough? Traffic is a good thing, but it is virtually useless if it isn't well targeted. If your site is about dog grooming, visitors who are looking for information about cheese are not doing you or themselves any good. So, throughout your traffic generation efforts and in your traffic analysis, it is always important to consider how targeted your traffic is. In order for your traffic to be well targeted, you must first be clear on what you are trying to accomplish. For example, let's say your site is about bicycling, and you target that keyword. You get a fair amount of visitors, but they're not staying very long and they aren't generating revenue for you. What's wrong? It could be one of a few things. Bicycling is a broad subject. Is your site really about bicycling in general, or does it really focus on a tighter niche such as bicycle commuting? If the site is more focused, your traffic campaigns should reflect that. Are you providing information about bicycling, selling bicycles, or selling bicycle supplies? If you're trying to sell something, there's no point in trying to hide it. People who are looking for information and find themselves staring an e-commerce site in the face will run in the other direction as fast as they can. Consider targeting highly relevant keywords that include references to shopping, such as buy bicycles or bicycle supply shopping. Is your site region specific? If so, your keywords should reflect that. Cyclists from Australia probably won't be interested in a site about bicycling in Canada unless they plan to visit. If you want targeted traffic, you must make sure that your keywords and your traffic generation campaigns are targeted. Using more general terms may bring in more visitors initially, but they will leave quickly when they don't find what they are looking for. It's better to have a smaller amount of visitors that find exactly what they're looking for. Traffic generation is an ongoing process. Once they've built up a good level of traffic, some webmasters feel that their traffic generation work is done. But even though you'll be getting a good number of repeat visitors if you've done your job, you can't just up and quit. New visitors are always important, and it takes work to keep your repeat visitors happy. It's crucial to continually monitor all of your campaigns and see if they are still working. If you're seeing decreased results, you might need to make adjustments. Some things might run their course and need to be dropped altogether. And the things that are working may still have room for improvement. Traffic is the lifeblood of a website, and it takes continuous